protectors of the Sunnah followers, protectors of the Sunnah.
Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of our hadith class. And we are studying the hadiths from Bukhari's Heart Softeners. And let me put the hadith for today up on the screen for discussion. And this will be the 23rd session or chapter of I don't know how Imam Bukhari none, but it's number 23. It's not the number of the hadith, but how he numbers it, in his collection. And let's look at the hadith for tonight's discussion. What's going on? Oh, slideshow. Okay, let's look at the hadith for tonight's discussion. This hadith is narrated by Abu Hurairah. He said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever believes in Allah and the last day should talk what is good or keep quiet. And whoever believes in Allah and the last day should not hurt or insult his neighbor. And whoever believes in Allah and the last day should entertain his guests generously. Now, this is a continuation, of what we discussed yesterday about how the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the reason why the majority of us will end up in hell is because we can't control our tongue. And when he was explaining that, he also said this, if you don't have anything good to say, just don't say anything at all. It's not necessary for us to comment negatively, when people are speaking kindly and goodly about someone or something. And also, he said we have to be careful to not go around hurting our neighbors, insulting our neighbors. This is carrying rumors. When he's talking about his neighbor, he's talking about rumors, gossip, because this is what the Arabs would do. They would sit in the street and look at the people that they like we see African Americans do, sit on the porch, look at the people drive by in the car, and then talk about them, spread rumors. Girl, look over there. You see that man? That man, he going in her house. You know what he getting ready to do? That type of thing. Don't sit there and look and spy on your neighbors and then hurt them and insult them by spreading rumors. Like I told you yesterday, this isn't about like to talk like we do. We sit in the Zoom room and might get angry over something or say something. No, this is spreading rumors and malicious gossip that can hurt somebody, that can destroy their reputation. You're going to say that that man is having an affair with her. That's their reputation, their family at stake. And also the prophet said, whoever believes in Allah on the last day should show respect to your guests. There are certain rights that your guests have over you. Entertain him by, not that don't mean call in the ballet dancers. And believe it or not, some Muslims will look at this hadith and say, because a guest is over, we can call in ballet dancers and strippers and all that. No, he's talking about accommodate them, give them a cup of tea, offer them some tea and crackers, offer them a cup of soup, allow them, make them comfortable, make them feel welcome. Those are the rights that your guests have over you. It does not mean call in the strippers and all that, like some of these Muslims interpret that to me. So now that I've discussed this hadith, and this hadith is also a continuation of what the Prophet was saying in the other hadith yesterday. All of this came out of one sermon that the Prophet gave about the tongue, and so many hadiths came from out of that. So how do you guys think about this hadith? Who would like to start us off? Go ahead.
Well, alhamdulillah, I'm glad I understand this one because I was thinking when you was reading it, I said to myself, that's just like the one we read yesterday. So I understand this. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, it's the same sermon, the same lecture he was given. This was one day he was talking about the danger because there was a person that was known that lived. You might have heard that hadith too. There was a woman that was known for doing a lot of good deeds. I mean, she used to give in charity and help people, but then she'd go around and talk about what she did, talk about the people. And the people came and complained to the prophet. They say, what do you think about a woman who does a lot of good deeds and gives in charity? But goes around hurting people with her tongue. She gossips. She tells all the business of what's going on in our neighborhood. You gotta, she sees something and she'll add to it and slander you and your family in the neighborhood. The prophet said all her good deeds are in vain. She ain't getting no reward for that charity that she gives. And so this is when he began this whole sermon about the dangers of the tongue. So that's why we're going to go over a few more hadiths too. All of these hadiths that we're going to speak about the dangers of the tongue, all came from this one sermon when the people came and complained about this woman who lived in the city, who did a lot of good, but was always gossiping. Gossip. Any other comments? Okay, I want to thank everybody for joining and participating in this session of our Hadith class. And please, just for you guys to know, for those of you on Facebook, look at the Facebook group page. I added 2 new classes. On beginning this Saturday, Dr. Jamali will be doing a class entitled Strong Home and Strong Family at 7:30 p.m. And also on Sundays, he'll be doing the Minhaj Muslims after the Sunnah followers kids at 4 p.m. And tomorrow, we have a lot of classes tomorrow. And tomorrow will consist of a special lecture with myself and Dr. Dramali on polygamy in Islam. We always end up coming back to these marriage topics because it's always a problem with how people practice Islam. And like I've been teaching you guys, Islam, you don't turn to the psychologist. You don't turn to the philosopher and ask them, how do I handle my my husband having 2 wives, or what do I do? And all that. Islam tells us how to handle ourselves in those situations, and the rules and guidelines to abide by. And we don't need anybody to try to rationalize and make it haram based on science. So make sure you guys are here tomorrow. That's going to be at 7 p.m. after my 6 o'clock class. I'll have my class at 6. We'll have this special lecture at 7. And then I'll be doing the messenger. So I'm doing classes back to back. I'm doing 4, 5 classes tomorrow back to back. So just make sure you guys are here and look at the schedule for all that for tomorrow. So I'm closing out for tonight. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa